When you play pretend, you don't have to be real.
Some bears live circus lives, but this bear, he's singing with the housewives. Hello!
I'm Hunter Harden.
And I'm Papa the Bear. And welcome to the Real Housebears.
Just like Heather Gay, I have a reveal.
Yeah?
And just like Heather Gay, it's just like the title. It's not like the actual, substance of what I'm about to say.
Okay.
But we are going to start merch. I have opened a Redbubble account, so you could get any Housebears merch on anything you want. Maybe you want a mouse pad that says #HousebearsFamous to let everybody know that you listen. Maybe you need a coffee pot with our faces on it that say The Real Housebears. Maybe you need a beach towel.
Are you going to say the word podcast?
I'm going to. You got to keep going. I'm waiting for your things.
Waiting for what things?
I'm waiting for you to give more options of things that you could get. You could get it on. You could get it on a shirt.
Yes, you can.
You could get it on some running shorts.
Running shorts?
Yes, you could even get leggings.
I had no idea.
But more importantly, you could have Real Housebears podcast merch.
Well, there was that one time that you forgot to say podcast.
Yeah, there was that one time.
So I never know. I'm like,
oh no. Well, I was just staring at you to try to give bad feedback.
I haven't been to the website.
You guys, we don't rehearse this.
Is it obvious?
This is always just 2 seconds before we hit play. We just all right, let's do this.
Well, and plus I didn't even look at the website. I didn't even know what they had to offer yet.
Oh, I was telling you last night, but you were falling asleep.
Well, but you know what? Because last night,
maybe you need a shower curtain that says hot closet. You know, you could do anything.
I love that idea. I want a shower curtain. I like our shower curtain.
You could have a backpack that says #HousebearsFamous. So people see you traveling or going to school, they're like, oh. Famous.
What about him and him and him?
I'll have him and him and him.
Oh, we're going to have that too. Oh, yeah, I guess so. Whatever.
No, it's an insignificant little blip in history.
But yeah, so far I just have the website name down. It's Real Housebears because I couldn't get you're only allowed to have 15 letters.
Like
and
Twitter.
The Real Housebears is one extra letter, and I couldn't do bear, Real House Bear.
No,
that's insane.
You can't do that.
So
there's 2 of us for sure.
It's just Real Housebears.
Just like Twitter.
This weekend, I'm sure to have some designs up and ready to.
So you're going to have to remember at the end when we talk about all of our socials, you're and you can buy our merch.
Oh my gosh, yes. And I will start threatening the second nobody starts buying anything.
Wow. That's unnerving. I mean, this feels less like a threat and more like a promise.
The second I'm done recording, even before it's aired and people have even heard about it, I'm going to be on the website.
You cannot threaten people to buy our merch. You cannot.
Listen, I have threatened people to give us reviews. If you're listening to us on Apple Review, you can give us a 5-star rating and a cute little review, and we'll make you #HousebearsFamous. But I had to threaten a lot of people, and for a while, there was months.
Yeah, but
there was 2 months where we got to.
Money is involved here. There's enough illegal money activity happening in Southern
Oh no,
City.
it's all legit.
Well, yeah.
And the only
is probably
the only leads I have to go on to sell is to a bunch of girls because that's the most of our listenership is girls. Normally I would have thought gay guys, but
Hey girls.
Hey girls. How's your husbands? Have your husbands write a review. That one that Housebears Famous said that her husband listens. Well, he probably has an Apple account too. Tell him to get on there. Tell him he's oh, my wife listens to it, so I listen to it.
Yeah.
And we'll make you #Housebears Famous. Personally, I think that the husbands might be a little bit jealous by now. That wives and girlfriends and sisters and mothers and grandmothers and nieces are all becoming #Housebears Famous.
Yes.
And they're not able to. Listen, it's easy. It's really easy.
Just leave us a cute little review. On
5-star rating. If you don't give us a 5-star rating, I won't bring you up.
Well, we don't know who gives the ratings, but we do know who gives the reviews. And the reviews are in, and Lisa Rinna is out.
Oh, yes. Lisa Rinna has graciously stepped down from her position before she got her ass fired.
Oh, we're going to go there.
You know, no, actually, according
Listen,
to Andy Cohen, it was
nope.
her decision.
Yeah,
And
okay.
normally they kind of like, I will let you give a statement. But this time, Andy Cohen was like, literally, I heard it on Radio Andy. He was like, it was her decision, and I hope this is just I really honestly hope this is a pause compared to like that whole Dorinda situation.
I hope it's a pause because she needs to put herself
Well, you
on
know
pause.
she'll be on some Ultimate Girls trips at some point.
Well, of course she's still going to be in the genre.
Well, you remember a few episodes ago, at the end of Beverly Hills, I was like, consider this. Bring Lisa Rinna back because we have a fracture
in the Friends group.
Yeah,
She doesn't have her alliance
So
to back her up.
I have a feeling that's probably why she's not coming back herself.
Because she doesn't want to get ganged up on.
And not to mention that it was kind of like a Lisa Rinna or Kathy Hilton type situation.
Ew.
And also there's an opportunity for maybe Vanderpump to come back.
Yes. I know my sister Lisa and my sister Sarah, I believe, have both stopped watching Beverly Hills when Lisa Vanderpump left.
Yeah, and you know, her last season was kind of like this season of Salt Lake City. It was like not their best season.
Yeah, oof.
Not a great way to go out.
No, it
Not a
wasn't.
great
And,
way to go out.
honestly, Lisa left a bad taste in the world's mouth, I feel.
Well, you know, it's with a lot of the housewives, people love them or hate
It's
them.
very polarizing.
Yeah, and Lisa Vanderpump. And Lisa Rinna, for that matter, to be honest with you, are definitely fan favorites at some point.
Yeah, Lisa Vanderpump wished me happy birthday on Twitter, so she's my girl.
Oh, I love her, and I miss her. And I'm going to start watching... Oh, that's another thing that happened this week. The Vanderpump Rules trailer came out, and I think I'm going to start watching it again. I've been very curious about this Tom and Katie breakup. And you know,
That's been coming for a long time.
Tom's going to be stupid, as he always is.
has been.
Tom's going to make bad decisions, as he always has been. Tom's going to lead with his ween, as he always has been.
And the other Tom is going to help the other Tom look good, as he always has been.
Yeah, especially because I don't think Tom Sandoval is looking so good. I don't like him in this mustache look.
He looks like an evil Hook.
Yeah, he looks like Wario. Or Waluigi. Waluigi.
Well, Wario has a big...
Yeah, but no, he looks like Waluigi because he's tall and skinny.
That's so funny.
But yeah, I think I want to start watching. I don't care about Sheena. I don't care about Lala. I'm kind of curious about Raquel. I am entertained by Raquel.
I'm just over it. They hit gold with the first cast, and it just kind of bled out. Like that. There was a couple seasons where I was like, "This is the best season of television I've ever seen."
Right?
Like it was. I mean, and it's because of
Jax and Stassi.
Jax and Stassi, and then just Jax, basically, because Jax was
crazy.
Started cheating on what's her name.
I mean, Jax was the first reality despicable boyfriend that I can think of.
He was horrible.
He created the genre of reality despicable boyfriend. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm probably wrong.
Well, what's funny is when I was watching like how something about the Vanderpump Rules thing, but when they first started and they were interviewing all these women, they got to Jax and they realized Jax had been sleeping with all of these women, and they made the show because of Jax.
Yeah.
Jax is the one that sold it for everybody.
Jax is the reason why I no longer watch like hetero reality TV like Summer House and Winter House.
Yeah.
Because I can't stand the way that men treat women on those shows. It infuriates me. But Jax, I was entertained by because I feel like he made the mold.
Yeah, he did make the mold, and he was also somewhat redeemable in some stupid quality.
Like, you kind of understand why his friends kept forgiving him.
Yeah, you kind of realize, and like, you've had a friend like that in your past, like where he just does stupid, ridiculous stuff, but you're like, he's just a dumb idiot.
He's just so dumb, I can't help it.
It's like I don't know. I can't.
Not for a friend, not for a boyfriend.
No,
I don't want excuses for how he treats women, or treated. Hopefully he and Brittany are doing great in Kentucky. What's not to love about Kentucky, right?
I love Kentucky, and I love Brittany. Brittany was just a fresh of breath air.
She's a great fresh of breath.
Wow, that was going very Australian for a second. You need to leave the accents
I'm from Kentucky.
I
could even say breath of fresh air. Let's fix that first.
That's a breath of fresh air.
There you go. You're better at it than I am.
Shoot, I tell you what.
You know what? Thumbs up.
Oh. I know what that means.
2 thumbs up is the FU.
Kidding. Just, you know what? I have to say thumbs up to this season finale, and y'all gonna find out why. It's not gonna be what you think.
It's Madison with a Y, but not where you think. A little throwback to Madison from She-Hulk.
And it's Corey with a thumbs up, and it's not why you think. Did you like that?
That was cute. That was cute.
Did that redeem from all of the other
Oh, yeah. All the
F-ups I've been doing for the past, 10 minutes?
I'm sure you'll come up with more in a minute.
Absolutely, y'all. I've had a bad day at work.
You've had the last 2 days have been kind of rough for you.
And watching the season finale last night was hard for me.
It was hard for me to watch, too.
I can finally talk about this, so I think this will actually... Maybe
this is going to be therapy.
I feel like this might be therapeutic.
All right, everybody, buckle up.
I mean,
Holy
if
crap.
we just focused on the season finale, we can make this podcast episode last for about 20 minutes. But I got some things to say. I've had a story to tell.
I'm going to let you do it.
And we need to talk about it.
I'm just going to sit here and drink my drink.
You know what? I'm going to have a sip of my cocktail before we get into this.
Yeah, I feel like we're all going to need it.
Everyone listening, take a drink.
Unless you're driving or have to drive.
True.
It's so stupid.
Before we even get into it, 2 things. First of all, you know that scene from the trailer for the season where Dana is reading Jen Shaw and be like, well, you need to worry about where your money's coming from or how much money you got or something like that?
Yeah.
Didn't happen in the season at all.
No, it did not.
Just part of the trailer, not part of the season.
Yes.
And at least I am in this season on The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
You were in that.
I was. But you might not have noticed that the bald choir director was not me. We'll get there in a minute.
You guys may have thought that he shaved his beard off and got a really good tan. No, sorry, not him.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
I'm not mad, but I'm disappointed.
So the season finale, only 14 episodes this season. And you know what? I felt like everyone can agree that they rushed into this season because of Jen Shaw's sentencing.
And Jenny being cut from the show early on after filming messed things up as well.
So I feel like we can all agree that the season has reflected this, and it's not been their greatest season.
I think that's why also people are rumoring that this will be the last season, which it's false. We already know that there's going to be another season.
Now, let me also say, The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is still my favorite television show, and I still think that the women bring it. I feel like this season was poorly produced, but the women bring it. They give their 100% all the time. They are bare bones with their emotions. They're bare bones with their stories. These women give it. But I feel, and we're going to talk a little bit more about this when we talk about Heather's Black Eye coming up in a little bit. I just feel like that this was a production issue, not a cast issue.
Probably. Yeah, with it being rushed in general.
And with some of my experiences, we might find out, even though production was very nice to me. But anyhow, we'll get there. Season starts off, Heather is at Hardware Apartments, planning for her book cover reveal party. Now,
this is the same apartments where we had the choir rehearsals. This is where Jen and Angie K called Meredith and told Dana she wasn't invited to the San Diego trip. Tub,
yes.
So like this apartment has seen some action.
But what you don't know is I'm pretty sure, I'm like 95% sure that this was scheduled to happen somewhere else. But there was a lot of rain that day. And I'm pretty sure they had to move it. Like, proof that Heather was underproduced this season, a whole bunch of stuff went down leading up to this book reveal that is never mentioned.
Give us the tea.
Well, I'm about ready to give you the tea. And
You have to swallow it and bury it.
And it begins with, I'm pretty sure... I know that there was a lot of panic because a storm was supposed to come in. So they either had to move it or at the last minute they didn't because the weather turned out. But I'm pretty sure they had to move it to Hardware Apartments. So we have Meredith and Seth getting ready for the book reveal party, and Meredith makes it very clear she knows that she's been invited to a book cover reveal, not a book launch.
Yeah.
She knows that. Seth is very entertained by the name of the book.
I love Seth. Seth, he's just, ever since I met him, I just loved Seth.
Agreed. 100%.
Like, normally I just would have thought he was just such a goofball or dorky or something, but he's just so charming now.
I want to just, like, hang out with Seth.
I want to hang out with Seth back. It's easy to talk to him. That's what's so refreshing.
Yeah, I want to go have, like, beer and wings with Seth.
Hell yeah.
Wouldn't that be fun?
This is so hard, you know, when you, like, have and love a dude.
But, of course, Justin has to come along.
Of course Justin has to come along.
Duh. Over at the Barlows, Lisa's really concerned about her singing voice tonight.
I just don't know if I'm going to be able to sing tonight.
She could hardly hear herself.
But what you all don't know is that the housewives were not allowed to come to rehearsal together. Heather came to rehearsal, but more than one housewife couldn't come to rehearsal at the same time without cameras.
Because they couldn't talk or discuss anything.
And without it being on the schedule, there's no cameras. And if there are cameras there, there's no rehearsing happening.
Yeah,
you all saw that.
Yeah.
There's no rehearsing happening. So we literally had to make recordings of the music, which the music that Bravo would not give any money for. It looks like it would have cost about $5,000 to use one of the songs that we had been rehearsing. Well, don't tell me Bravo ain't got $5,000.
Well, and also, granted, Bravo didn't give a lot of breath into this idea of the choir, but this Heather Gay has already told us that production loved the choir story, so I'm sure maybe next season they'll chump up some money to do something.
Yeah, the team, it was clear they didn't know what to do with the choir. Mm-hmm. But mostly it was about ignorance. Like, they didn't understand that you can't just show up and sing a song as a choir. Mm-hmm. They didn't understand that you have to rehearse, that you can't just make up music. They thought, well, why don't you all just write a song?
Oh, okay. Lady Gaga?
Yeah, like, they just didn't
Elton John?
I think it was more ignorance than the lack of support. But it felt unsupported oftentimes, especially Heather, I probably felt
well, for
unsupported.
one, when they did, they were like, all right, we're going to have auditions next week. And they didn't give anything to, like, I was like, all right, well, we got to get on the local news. We got to do all this stuff. And nothing was happening. And I was like, there's so much that you could be doing right now to get, like, a big crowd for this.
Yeah.
They didn't give you anything.
It was, Heather in particular was the brunt of all that frustration. I was just happy to be included.
I know.
I was like, okay, whatever you tell me to do, I'll do it.
Every time you saw Heather Gay, she would, like, complain about what's going on. And you're just like, that's fine. Like, I'm just here. I'm here.
I can fix whatever problem you have, but I'm here.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was exciting for me. So I guess Lisa and obviously Angie K had been practicing with the recordings that were sent. Over at the Roses, Whitney and Justin are really concerned about the church hymns, but that's another thing. We didn't just practice church hymns, but we couldn't use any music that wasn't church hymns because we would have had to pay for it.
Yeah, and the reason why they're having church hymns is because that used to give them joy. Yeah. And the church kind of took it away from them, so we're kind of taking it back.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Heather is like, if there's a fight tonight, just make sure to have it in front of the Bad and Women poster, please.
She knows what to do. If they're, like, fighting, pulling hair, she, like, kind of nudges them towards it. Yes. Stands next to it.
So showing up to the party, it was so exciting to see the Beauty Labbers. Hi, Chad.
Hi.
It was so cute to see the Beauty Labbers there, looking like they were so excited to be there. And
that's another thing. Heather. It's everybody that was showing up we know. And I'm like, ooh.
So here's the deal. I wasn't there, y'all.
Yeah.
I wasn't there. I wasn't there. If you didn't notice, I wasn't there.
I'm not mad, but I'm disappointed.
And you guys, it's 100% my fault, too, because I was like, hey, let's go to Reno, Nevada, my hometown, and I'm going to show you around. Let's go to Virginia City, where it's still the 1800s. Well, of course, in the 1800s, they didn't believe in anything medical or science, probably. I don't know. But we got COVID.
Yeah, so a few days before... Well, actually, probably like a week before. I don't remember how long quarantine had to be or how long COVID stayed with you, but tested positive and half the choir caught COVID, y'all. Like, the choir that we're getting ready to talk about is barely the choir that rehearsed.
Yeah.
Here's again a reason why I feel like Heather was very underproduced this season. They didn't talk about how half the choir got COVID.
They didn't talk about how you were gone with COVID.
They didn't talk about how, like, Heather had to send a delivery car to my house to pick up the choir music to get it to there. They didn't talk about finding people to sing for this thing, including finding a director who is the most wonderful person. He's in the choir. His name is Sarah.
Yes.
I love him. He's incredibly talented. And as a matter of fact, when I can't come to rehearsals, Sarah is who I ask to fill in for me. So love Sarah, but there was a whole story, like panic, leading up to this finale, but yet they decided to spend 30 minutes on, well, really scenes of New York City, but also Jen Shaw's story that we all already know.
I'm not mad, but I'm disappointed.
So, well, I'm sure I'll have more to say.
Yeah, it's still early. We're 20 minutes in, and we're barely past the book signing.
You know,
the book reveal, the cover reveal.
Well, they didn't give her a whole lot of time in the book reveal, you know?
They didn't, but she was wearing such a cute black dress.
She looked
cute, really gorgeous.
Gorgeous, and she looked real sexy too, but not slutty sexy, just like sexy.
It was sexy.
Classy.
It was classy and
gorgeous. It fit her beautiful.
It was a good
cut
Bad
for
Mormon
her.
outfit.
Her hair looked great. But if you look through my notes, at least 7 times I just type, "I'm so mad I'm not there."
I'm not mad, but I'm disappointed.
Y'all, last night watching it was heavy in the house.
Yeah, we normally take notes right after the episode. Last night I just went to bed right after the episode.
Well, everyone shows up to this choir except for missing is the hot, sexy daddy bear choir director and his mustached husband. Yeah, I wasn't there because I was booked.
Yeah.
The day of, we were both COVID free.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that. Yeah. So the day of, I was COVID free, but I had been in quarantine long enough.
We're never going to be.
That's okay. Y'all, I've been holding off on this story since April of last year. So let me have my moment.
I'm sorry.
I was stuck here by myself because my husband was gone on a work gig.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that one time when I was in the hospital for 2 days, almost dead, and you left me alone to fend for myself.
I'm not blaming you about anything. You had to go somewhere, but I'm just setting up a scene.
Okay.
I'm setting up a scene. So I'm furious that I can't be there, and I'm now COVID-free and still can't be there because I haven't quarantined long enough. And they tell me, we're going to Zoom you in. We're going to Zoom you in so you can talk to the choir and, be part of it. So just at like 7 o'clock is I think when the filming was supposed to happen, we're going to Zoom, just be ready. And nothing happened. I was texting with the producer, yep, it's going to happen. Nothing happened.
At 9 o'clock.
As you can see, not only was I not zoomed in, but they treated the whole thing like nothing happened. Like, oh, there's just some other bald guy who's like, let's just not talk about. Like, again, I don't care that it wasn't about me not being there, but this is a whole lot of crap that Heather had to deal with the day of.
It's a lot of behind the scenes moment, and that's what everybody likes.
So, thank you for indulging me. I might indulge a little more as I remember.
It's only
as the PTSD is, is
well, I said
resurfaced.
We're only 20 minutes in, and we're now 23 minutes in, and you still have not stopped. So,
well, I'm about ready to get into Heather's Black Eye, so buckle up. Buckle up, y'all. Listen, you don't F with my girl.
Okay, so Heather's eye does look much better, but you know what I love is that when Heather and Lisa get together, they always talk like they're best friends. Like nothing ever happened, like they're just besties, and they talk like they love each other and they care about each other, and it's just so...
You know what? Heather even tells you and I that she has a lot of respect for Lisa Barlow. Mm-hmm. Like, she gets that the show is at its best when Lisa Barlow is at her best. Like, she will tell us that. Mm-hmm. She feels strongly about her cast. So there's some respect there, even though they just can't seem to get on the page.
They can't vibe.
Yeah. So we kind of cracked a little bit of a code a few weeks ago also when we were talking about, with the Black Eye, maybe Heather is in investigation mode. Maybe she's trying to figure out what happened before she just starts talking about it. So this week, I saw this on Instagram, and I'm so mad at myself for not, when I screenshotted it, I forgot to screenshot the person who shared this.
Oh.
So if you are a listener and shared this, I apologize for not citing you. But it says... the Bravo and the editors are doing Heather dirty with the black eye edit. The morning it happened, she told everyone she thinks she hit it on the sink, but doesn't remember because she was drunk. Production told Heather they had footage of someone punching her and pressured her to pin it on someone. She refused to talk about it to anyone because she didn't know what happened and was going through an internal investigation with Bravo after the incident. She was trying to squash the storyline because of the behind the scenes.
Okay, see, that makes sense because do you remember in one of the confessionals, Heather gets really irritated at the question the producer asks, saying, so you don't remember what happened? And she goes, no, I never said that I don't remember what happened.
Also, someone close to set gave us a similar story.
Yeah.
Saying that
production let it on.
That there was footage.
Yeah.
And that footage never resurfaced. So
they did Heather dirty with this black eye situation. Because even when I was watching this whole black eye situation, I was like, this just doesn't seem like Heather. Like the way she's going about it didn't really seem like Heather. At least I didn't like it. But now it just makes more sense of the reason why she was so vague about everything, because she probably thought that production is going to like come out with this big thing.
I mean, who's to say that that quote was saying that like production was being very intentional about all this, and I don't know that would be true. I don't know that they were trying to F over Heather or anything like that. But it certainly, if even simply the fact that someone from production did tell her there was footage and then edited all this mess to look that way, that ain't cute.
Mm-mm. It's not funny to fake domestic abuse, or not domestic abuse, abuse.
Abuse in
physical
general.
abuse.
Yeah, battery.
Thank you.
Battery. But you know what also ain't right? That we're 27 minutes in and
you thought we weren't going to have anything to talk about on this episode.
I'm not going to have much to say about the Jen Shaw part of it. So we're already almost through it. You know what? Let's go ahead and finish the Heather Gay part of it all.
Okay.
Take a break. And like they said, I don't think the Jen Shaw of it all will take all that long.
Let's just get to
Well, Heather is so happy to have some family there. You know, it stinks that her mom can't be there. It stinks that her father has passed away. At least she has her
all of her cousins are there.
You know, thank God for Greek Easter.
It brings out the best of all of us, right?
Greek Easter gives you clarity.
Okay.
Angie K has received that clarity.
Okay.
And she needs to address her relationship with Jen Shaw.
Stuffed grape leaves.
She does.
Stuffed grape leaves.
I wonder if they have stuffed grape leaves during Greek Easter.
Of course they do. It's got Greek in it.
So Angie K is like, Jen Shaw's been telling everyone I hit Heather. But what I heard is that Jen Shaw and Heather were Barbie scissor kicking.
Barbie scissor kicks.
And the sex got out of hand. I don't believe that at all. Nothing in me. Heather is...
And to be honest, I don't feel like the rumor of Elisa or Jen saying that Angie gave her a black eye. She probably said it jokingly to somebody, and that person was like, ooh, I want to get on this show, and spread the rumor.
And I'm curious to see who this resource is, this Jake person that told her this. I'm curious about their character. Well, you know... Heather Gay, first of all, if she was into some Barbie scissor kicking, she wouldn't be afraid to talk about it.
And why do they say Barbie scissor kicking? Is it like because Barbies are like, oh, it's because their feet, their legs are stiff and they're gotcha.
Scissors.
Yeah, scissor me timbers. Yeah, I saw that South Park episode, all about scissoring.
And, Heather is an incredible flirt, but she is, when we get too sexual around her, she gets terribly uncomfortable.
Yeah. She's not as bad as Lisa is, though. Lisa, anybody talking about sex stuff, she gets, no, we don't do that. Heather Gay at least will dance around the subject.
Jen and Sharif show up and immediately step away with the Harringtons.
Yeah.
But it's short. Chris Harrington gets really choked up. Like you can tell he has full shame.
Okay. He does have full shame at this moment in front of Coach. But remember when he brought up about how he did something stupid and he created a fake account. He smirked about it and kind of laughed about it.
That's the difference to me between embarrassment and shame. Mm-hmm. At first he's like, "Oh my God, that was so stupid of me. I'm so
now he's
embarrassed."
ashamed because it's coming face to face.
And now he's realized, like, "Oh God, I could have done something that your family's going through so much, and now I understand. Now I
shouldn't have done it. I was blinded by what was happening to my family.
So
I didn't realize what happened. Oh, my lighting just went off.
The season finale, y'all. What am I doing?
The cord is closest to you. But the thing that turns it on and off, it's on the cord.
Oh, there it is.
See, I'm the lighting guy, you guys.
I'm hitting all the buttons.
Oh no, did it break? Did it go off? Did it turn off?
I guess
Plug it, unplug it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
This is insane.
Oh, it's hot down. Oh, goodness, that is hot.
It's on fire?
Hot.
Oh.
Hot.
I guess that's why we shouldn't buy stuff off Amazon.
I'm honestly really stressed.
Dang, y'all.
All right, well.
Hot Closet got hot.
Hot Closet just got
hotter.
A little bit darker and hotter.
How's this look? Is that
terrifying? That looks like candlelight. Ooh, you can hold it right there. That's cute.
Okay, well, let's get through this second half really quick. So, did anyone notice that I wasn't the one directing the choir? No. We are not called the faux tab anymore. We are called the local vocals.
Local vocals.
I'm so mad I'm not there.
I'm pissed off that my bear's not there.
I'm not mad, but I'm disappointed.
Heather gives a beautiful speech.
Love the speech.
About being a good friend.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? I love the book cover. It's not cluttered. It's attracting, and I love the color scheme. And Heather looks great on it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the way it's made. It is an eye catcher if it's on the shelf. I feel.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, you know what? I was wrong. We're going to have to go ahead and break because we still have to talk about Jen and Whitney. We have to talk about the Angie K addressing Jen Shaw. So let's go ahead. This is the chaos of the season finale. After a chaotic season, we should have a chaotic finale.
This is Trials and Tribulations, honey.
Bye.
Bye.
Let's do 2 Vita cocktails.
Thank you.
This is Jen Shaw from The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and you're listening to the Real Housebears podcast.
And we're back.
We are back.
And our light is back on until it burns down the hot closet.
Please don't burn down the hot.
There's only one exit out of here, and it's right behind us, so I just have to climb over you and get out.
Well, I have a bed back, so you're safe.
Oh, my back! Oh, my back! Just let me burn here. Back pain is the worst, y'all.
Don't get me started on that, too.
Oh, God, here we go.
Let me first talk about the pain of missing the season finale.
But what if you were going through your back pain where you're crippled on the couch for 3 months?
During this,
that'd be the worst.
I guess it could always be better.
See, silver lining in everything.
No, I'm not kidding you. For months and months and months and months, I couldn't get over missing this film.
I know. I wasn't allowed to bring it up.
It was.
People
hard
would talk. People would ask about it.
Because again, I didn't feel like I was really going to make it on the show. Especially once I missed the season finale. I was like, great, they're going to edit me out altogether. Now that I wasn't there, there's no way that I'm even going to be on the show. Why did I spend all this time and go, yeah.
I'm not mad, but I'm disappointed.
I'm not saying anything. I've already gone through this with you for the whole year.
Finale.
Yeah, this is the finale.
This is a unique episode for us, for sure.
When I smile, my mustache makes it look like I'm missing teeth.
We're not doing that right now. We're not doing that right now. There's enough chaos happening in this episode that we don't need you talking about your teeth.
But what if the fans are expecting the random, talk about, what about my hair? How long my hair is right now and how big my beard is right now.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm growing my beard out. I don't like it.
Oh my gosh.
So a few weeks ago, or actually maybe it was last week, was it that Heather said that Whitney created drama where there wasn't any with Heather. And now I kind of feel like she's doing it with Jen Shaw here. She goes up to Jen. She's like, I felt like we haven't been the same since San Diego. And just like,
because
what?
I feel like once you got next to Heather, then you started teaming up again. She made that accusation that when she's with Heather, they become nasty.
But mostly just like, I ain't gonna be with you. I'm like, but they don't have really much of a chance to talk about it because Angie K, she got stuff to talk about. Y'all, the rumor has that all of the Friends of are not returning, and I think that's a great disservice to Angie K. I feel like she has brought it just as much as the Snowflake holders this season.
I love you too.
Whether you like her or not, she's been involved in so many of the stories. She's been involved in most of the conversations.
And she's been brought up a couple of drama, even with her bestie.
She earned her Snowflake this season.
And now that Jen Shaw's gone, let her take over, see what she can do.
But remember, in that same post that I was reading before the break, it was talking about how none of the Friends of are being asked to return, which I hope is not true.
That's upsetting.
I hope it's not true. So Angie K got to jump in. She's got beef with Jen Shaw at the book and I like that they call it the book and choir party. I do like that.
Choir is everything.
They call it the book and choir.
I just hated how all the girls are like, usually at like a book party, you have like books there.
Yeah, they knew.
They knew it was a book cover reveal.
If Meredith knew, then the other girls knew too.
They're just
so
being nasty.
Shade. That's why Heather sees what's going on. She's like, I need to go to the bathroom. Where's my purse? I'm not at my party. I've had a day already.
She's like, the cameras are facing them, and in the background is my picture. So
we've been having the threat of having to relocate this the whole time.
I do love that. Just before Angie shows up to Jen, Dana, Angie K, all those ladies talking, all of a sudden Merritt just pops up.
Yeah.
And like the music kind of like ching. And Merritt's just like looking at her, like, and everyone's like looking at Merritt like, where did you come from?
Oh, there's a conversation. I should be part of it.
I know.
Where's my paycheck? Angie K tells Jen, well, I heard that you said I gave Heather a black eye. And Jen's like, I didn't do that. Sharif, come over here.
Yeah.
And she's like, and now you're like a BFS with Angie H. Was any of this true that you tried to commit suicide because of what Angie H did?
She talks to Coach instead of Jen.
Here's the problem. She just didn't use her words wisely because it sounds like Angie K is accusing Jen Shaw of actually just not trying to harm herself at all. Mm-hmm. Whereas I think her intent was to say, was it really about Angie H all along, or were you just talking crap?
I do also, from my perspective, I do think that she was trying to be like, did you make this up about wanting to kill yourself and blah, blah, blah because of her? Because you are obviously, it didn't impact you hard enough because you're being friends with her right now.
Yeah. So you are saying, was she questioning whether it happened at all? I'm saying she's questioning
whether it happened at all.
I think,
because if it did happen, why are you coming back with this girl and why are you making her friend? And you made such a big stink about people disowning her in the first place.
Well,
that's what
either way, it would be
off.
really easy for me to hear if I was Jen Sharif what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think that, I don't know, I felt like Angie K's intentions were different than how they came out.
Gotcha.
But I would have totally taken it as, what, you saying I didn't take her to the hospital?
Yeah.
I just want to press the restart button.
So, touchy.
Yeah, but that set Jen off, and she's done. And now Angie K is the most evil person she's ever met.
Of course she is. I am glad that we get another chance to use flip-flop.
She flip-flops on everything. She flip-flops about you.
Flip-flop! Yay!
This is the season of flip-flops.
But I, understandably, I mean, Jen just kind of got ganged up at that last little moment. First, Whitney needed something, then Lisa needed something, and then Angie needed something, and now she's just like, I'm done. I'm leaving.
Now,
I've got court in like a week.
I hate that your finale went that way, but they get the whole rest of the episode to you.
They do.
I mean, maybe this is one area it's working out for me.
We have the end of the season wrap up, and literally this was only like 25 minutes into the episode.
Yeah, when it started coming out, I was like, is this the end of the episode? I was like, that went by fast.
No, I literally looked at like the time thing, including commercials. It was like the 25 minute point.
25-minute point, gotcha.
Heather's book is finished, and now she's worried her family will actually read it. She practices with her choir regularly, which is true. She very rarely misses a rehearsal, and continues to give Jen amazing grace.
Maybe there's another bad Mormon in the group.
Lisa's business has been better than ever. Just ask the SEC. See, right there it is, SEC.
SEC.
She has been attending college tours with Jack, but no jazz games in quite some time.
They're probably doing it in the parking lot.
I really don't think I like this mental visual.
Whitney is focused on setting boundaries in her life, except in the bedroom. Unfortunately, the bad weather report is still gloomy, and sunny skies aren't on the horizon.
I just felt completely betrayed.
But wouldn't bad weather be bad? I don't know. It's a weird analogy.
I hear that the drama between Heather and Whitney just continues through Ultimate Girls Trip. Like, when is freaking Ultimate Girls Trip coming out anyway?
Yeah, you keep talking about it. I don't think it's real.
I mean, there are pictures showing Heather and Whitney with Giselle and Candace and Marisol.
All photoshopped. Right.
Meredith continues to be a champion for mental health, especially her own. She and Seth are busy taking bubble baths, which leaves no time to reconcile with Lisa.
It was awkward with Lisa.
Amen. Mental health, y'all. Holy crap.
And amen to a bath.
Yeah, I need
Nothing says mental health like a bath sometimes.
That bath that was at that hotel we were at the other day
for
was
Christmas.
Awesome.
Yes.
That was awesome. It was a perfect shape, and it wasn't like a cheesy heart, but it was like the perfect shape.
Yeah,
it's like angled weird.
So the rest of the episode is dedicated to, it's not even really dedicated to Jen Shaw. It's not dedicated to Heather and Meredith. It's dedicated to New York.
Yeah.
There is as much footage of New York as there is footage of these three women.
Yeah. I mean, it's New York.
You could have cut 10 minutes off this episode by removing these shots of the Lottie New York Palace Hotel.
Oh yeah.
Just eliminate the shots of that hotel and you'll cut off 5 minutes.
They didn't have to pay for anything at that hotel because they got that hotel on TV.
Jen's like, these are my friends that showed up, and I was like, first, I believe that Heather and Meredith would show up.
Yeah.
But clearly Bravo's paying for this.
Okay. From season 1, would you ever have thought that Meredith would have been one of the friends to go to Jen Shaw's trial?
No, it surprised everyone.
To support her?
It surprised everyone.
It's crazy.
Especially from season 2.
I mean,
they were friends.
All of it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, they made up in season 2.
The whole
kind of like in between 1 and 2 is when they made up.
Well, they've kind of made up, didn't make up,
crazy.
made up again. So
we got 3 months later, 4 days to trial. Jen and her mom have that moment on the front porch, on the front patio or whatever.
It's sad.
Doorstep. Yeah, it is very sad. Her poor mother. I mean, I
feel
just can't
terrible
imagine.
for her mom.
And if she really did like give up all of her finances for Jen, that's
and to see Jen wasting all of her money on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know where Jen's morals lie. I don't know.
It's tough. It's really tough. So we got 3 days to trial.
And who knows? She probably didn't even pay for that big, lavish 20-person dinner after the trial.
Or maybe at least people pay for their own time.
I mean, I would hope so. I'm like, dang.
I wouldn't personally feel comfortable letting them pay for my dinner.
No.
I would pay for my own. Not that I could afford anywhere they're going, but I would.
I'm like, can I have a light side salad?
So Heather saw Jen right before she left for New York and said that it was really like the heaviest conversation she's ever had with Jen. And,
woof.
And I believe that Jen believes that Heather would be a friend. That like at least
check on her family and just
text
kind of
Sharif and the kids occasionally.
And at least give her an update of like how the family's doing. And just to have that peace of mind that somebody is checking up on your family.
Yeah.
It's like when I had to leave our cats and stuff and I was like, I just need somebody there.
Yeah. Also, the last half of the episode was about Brooks Markswear.
Brooks Markswear.
All three of them were wearing Brooks Markswear attire.
Brooks Markswear.
I love Meredith wearing the white one with the heels.
Yes.
Like, yes, man. Yes, man.
I'm enforcing the fun rules.
But who doesn't love a little sweatsuit outfit? It's easy. Put it on, black,
throw on some heels. So then the next day, Heather reminds us that Coach is also an attorney. I totally forgot about that.
I forgot about that too.
And so he really understands what's going on, and he really understands how serious this is. And now they're starting to really find out more of what the prosecution is bringing.
What they have against her and what people are saying.
Yeah.
So that's kind of rough to go over. I feel bad for Coach.
Yeah. You know, Seth asked the questions that we all ask. Have you all considered asking Jen if she was guilty of this? But how do you ask a friend like that?
Well, and also they did. She has been saying she's innocent this whole time.
Why
so
would you ask?
You don't even have to ask.
Why would you ask?
Yeah.
But if she's found guilty, are you going to be right or die? And I don't think that's a question that anyone can answer. About people that they love.
Well, and especially just before also finding out what they really did behind that they wouldn't even tell you.
Yeah.
Like, you don't, like, what if you found out that she murdered children too behind it all? You know, like, I don't know, like, your thoughts would change about that person.
Absolutely, but it's hard not to love people that you love.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah.
But...
So clearly they have found out what Stewart has and been providing.
Yeah.
It seems like Jennifer Shaw. It seems like Jen felt that Stewart was kind of supporting her innocence all along. And now she's finding out that he was doing the exact opposite.
Yeah. And he probably pinned her and got stuff out of her that he used in court against her.
So Jen was sentenced to 6.5 years in prison,
Woof.
$9 million in restitution.
Yeah. Ugh.
Heather and Lisa go to a restaurant called Pago. I love Heather's yellow boots.
Back in SLC.
Heather's wearing great yellow boots.
And again, Heather and Lisa getting together for lunch. What do you guys hate each other? Like, what is going on with this storyline?
Maybe next season they'll be best friends.
I hope so.
Well, maybe there'll be some of the few remaining cast members left.
I mean, Jesus, like you're who else are you going to be friends with?
I mean, here's kind of proof that maybe 5 people don't work, because that last season in New York only had 5, and good God, was that hard to watch. But again, I feel like this was not the cast. I feel like this.
Well, I'm excited for some freshness in this next season.
Bring it. So Heather is pretty convinced that Coach saw all the evidence, and I am inserting in particular Stewart's evidence.
Yeah. Which seemed to be a smoking gun.
And was like, listen, there's no way that we're going to be able to to not be guilty. And you're going to have a much bigger sentence if you don't plead guilty.
Yeah, you have to plead guilty on this because there's no way out. You are guilty.
Yeah.
And it's either you're going to be in there for 15 months and we fight it and waste all of our money, or wait for this small couple years, however long it is. I'm going to stay with the children and they'll be taken care of. You have to pay your time. You have to do your dues. And that's terrifying to hear from your husband.
Oh, 100%.
Like, that's terrifying to know. Even your husband's like, you have no way out. This is how it's going to go. Yeah. Well, that's rough.
That's terrible.
Hearing it from a court, but hearing it from somebody you love and you're terrified to be away from.
Yeah. But, I'm a true believer that Lisa Barlow is an empath.
Of course, I've been saying it all along. She is.
She multiple times this season, she's gotten choked up over someone else's distress. Mm-hmm. So
she relates to that. The reason why she's an empath is because she can relate to it so easily with her own life and her own family and her own situations, and she's able to connect with people on that level a lot easier than anyone else.
And she tries to keep it strong on the outside, but she's just a hurt little girl on the inside.
She doesn't keep it strong on the outside. I love Lisa.
I freaking love Lisa.
Oh, by the way, when they're saying, Lisa, maybe you should write a book, 100%. Lisa, if you do not come out with a book just talking about your life and the things that you do on a daily basis, like going to get Diet Cokes and going to Del Taco fish tacos, but I need a book with all of your analogies and metaphors because they're all slightly off, but everybody knows what you're saying. And I need it.
The World According to Lisa Barlow. Oh. The World According to Lisa Barlow. That's what you need.
How did this become about me? I feel like I'm at the state fair and they're like trying to win the prize and I'm the plushie.
That's something to read on the toilet. Not that it's bad. It's just,
No, I totally get it.
It's like quick. You could get through like a page and you'll leave enlightened.
And it sounds like we're going to be able to watch the whole reunion on the toilet. It looks like it might only be one episode.
Which
because normally they say on the 2-part reunion or the 3-part reunion.
Yeah. Ooh, they usually do.
Yeah, they just said on the reunion. So all reports are that the reunion is crap.
Well, also because Jen Shah's not there, and that big storyline is Jen Shah this season. So, like, all the other storylines are kind of just petty.
We're all tired of the Meredith and Lisa of it all. Meredith versus Lisa.
Well, I'm tired of all of it a little bit.
And the Whitney versus Heather of it all.
Yeah, I'm tired of all of it, to be honest with you. But that's why I'm excited for this fresh, new take of the, like, new people coming in and them finding new relationships because they're the elite, the OGs of it, and they're going to find more common ground than anything else.
Yeah.
Or it's just going to split them up more. Who knows?
You never know.
I just want some fresh. Because when Mary left, we didn't get anybody really new except for Jenny.
Right.
And
Jenny and Mary were together.
Oh, they were.
Yeah, Mary just left for this season.
Every season they've left. Somebody's left.
Or got kicked out.
Yeah, but this last season we didn't get to have any additions except for the Friends of.
Right.
This is the first time I've really gotten to see Friends of, except for Angie H on other seasons, but she's only been little blips here and there. She hasn't been a powerhouse like Angie K has been this season.
Yeah. Even though I love Angie H and would love her to be full-time on this show.
I love Angie H. Oh my God, I love Angie H. Angie H was our first Angie, so...
Not the most popular opinion, but we love her.
I love my Angie. Listen, Angie.
Well, sorry that I was so, like, for the season finale. I have to say, this changed my life, and it's been the most exciting thing that has ever happened, other than getting married to Hunter Harden.
Well, Bear, you are part of Bravo history now. If they write a book about anything, they're going to talk about the choir. And you're a part of it. And now that you've been a part of the him, and him thing, that's more things. And you've been on, they've been talking about you on multiple shows. Oh, Amy Phillips and what's that other?
Heather McDonald
are talking about you, and you're just a little side character in the beginning.
So I will forever be grateful. I will always remember season 3 as the season that changed my life, but also in the second half ended up being just a hard season to watch.
My God, you became part of pop culture. That's crazy. Of your most favoriteest show ever.
It's wild to think about.
It is wild.
It's wild to even consider.
Yeah.
But so thank you all for being on this journey with us.
What show would I be on if
I
had a favorite show?
I thought we were worried about this running too long.
My favorite show. What would I have to be?
Thank you all so much for going on this season 3 journey with us. Thank you all for going on this season 3 journey with us. We'll be, of course, back next week with the reunion. And we will continue with New Jersey when it catches back up. But until then, make sure you're following us on our social media. On Facebook and Instagram, we are The Real Housebears. On Twitter, we are Real Housebears. And you can email us at therealhousebears@gmail.com.
You could also watch us on Spotify and YouTube at The Real Housebears. And did we get any new reviews this week?
Nope.
And you could also listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, please, I guess I should ask for the millionth time.
It wouldn't be too much
of our million of followers to just maybe leave a 5-star rating and maybe a cute little review. I mean, you're going to become #HouseBears famous afterwards.
I mean,
why wouldn't you?
With the 30,000 plus listens we have every week.
Listen, we only have 83. I know there's more than 83 Apple users out there, y'all. And I know your husbands are Apple users. If you're an Apple user, or girlfriends, or your wives, get those second better halves in on it too.
But hide your husbands. I mean,
send pictures of your husbands.
Sorry, y'all. This is
and also pretty soon you'll be able to buy some merch on Redbubble at the real
me.
No,
buy some merch of me, of this guy.
Yeah. So we'll let you know when Redbubble is up and running.
This guy.
You always have to steal focus. Always. You are such an attention whore.
Well, thank you all for listening. Have a great week.
Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
All right, let's test.
We are doing so many tests with this audio day after day.
Amazing Grace. She needs some Amazing Grace now, don't she?
She's gonna.
She
She'll be
some
singing it while in jail.
While she's Barbie scissor kicking in jail.
Oh man!
Save it for the pod. Save it for the pod.